Hello friends, welcome to GI Digest. I am Deepak Pathak and today we'll discuss regarding the three standard products under Fire LOB launched recently by IATA. As the topics are very huge, so we divided into different parts. In first part, we'll cover regarding the important points in the notification issued by IRDI as well as the details of Griha Raksha, that is dwelling policy. Dear friends, please remember this topic is very important as we expect around 7 to 8 questions out of 30 questions in the PE exercise to come from this topic. As this is new, so the emphasis will be more on this section. Now let's go towards the notification, and please note that this notification dated 4th January 2021 issued by IADA. It replaces the earlier guidelines on dwellings and occupancies other than dwellings for sum insured up to 50 crore. This new notification is replacement of earlier guidelines for standard fire and special peril policies for above occupancies for respective sum insured. Three standard policies were introduced through that notification. First is Bharat Griha Raksha. It is specifically for dwelling occupancy. Second is Bharat Sukshma Udyam Suraksha. It is for all occupancies other than dwelling for sum insured up to rupee 5 crore across all insurable asset classes at one location. Third is Bharat Laghu Udyam Suraksha. All occupancies other than dwellings for sum insured more than rupee 5 crore and up to rupee 50 crore across all insurable asset classes at any one location. Please note there may be questions coming like if the sum insured is rupee 5 crore, then under which type of policy it will be covered. So because the sum insured is 5 crore, it will come under Bharat Sukshma Udyam Suraksha. But if it is 5 crore 1 rupee, then it will come into Bharat Laghu Udyam Suraksha. There may be questions like they will be giving the different value of assets like building, machinery and other items, and they will tell you to tell which policy it may be insured. They may also give the details regarding the value of assets at each location. So you have to see for each locations what is the total sum of value of assets, and then you have to decide. So if the one location sum insured is less than 5 crore, then it will come to Bharat Sukshma Udyam Suraksha. If any of the location the sum insured crosses rupee 5 crore, then it can be insured only under Bharat Laghu Udyam Suraksha. One important point to note that there may be question coming in the exam. It will be very easy, but it may come that what is the date, effective date of inception of these policies. So these policies started came into existence from 1st April 2021. However, if there are existing policies like standard fire and special peril policies continuing for any of the property of any of the insured, then it will continue till its last date of policy. After that, the renewal will be among any of these policies if applicable. The purpose of this notification is standardization of the erstwhile standard fire and special peril policies up to rupees 50 crore for occupancies other than dwellings and all sum insures policies for dwellings. So we'll see what standardization has been done. First, standard proposal form, standard prospectus, standard policy wordings. In that we'll see for Griha. Apart from basic cover, optional covers are also included. For Sukshma, apart from basic cover, 8 inbuilt covers are present. For Laghu, 7 built-in covers are present apart from basic cover. then standard key features document, and standard special clause, that is agreed bank clause. We may be knowing regarding the other documents mentioned in the previous slide. However, one of the important document mentioned there is key feature document. It is a document which lists certain details about this product and insurer. So we'll see one by one what are the details to be mentioned in key feature documents. However, please note we need not to mug up all those things. Just have a glance once or twice. That will be enough for this promotion exercise. So first section will cover the introduction, then what are the coverages, then coverages and basis of sum insured, then what are the perils covered, then exclusions, then what type of policy property can be insured under this policy, who are eligible to buy the policy, then how much claim will be paid in case of cover loss, then how much premium to be paid, and how long this cover protect the insured, that means the duration of the policy. Afterwards, there will be what are the optional cover available under this policy, mode of premium payment, obligations for insured, do's and don'ts while filling up proposal form, how to make claims, nominee nomination details and who can be the nominee, alteration in the policy, cancellation terms and conditions, then how to receive the policy, renewal conditions, details of covers, how to receive the copy of prospectus and policy, and what to be done in case of a grievance. One important point to remember that these conditions, I mean the wordings are standardized by the regulator IRDAI. So no insurer can change any of these wordings apart from choosing the optional cover which are to be done by the insured. Now we will see the details regarding add-ons mentioned in the notification. First, existing add-ons for standard fire and special perils for dwellings or other occupancies for sum insured up to rupees 50 crore shall be deemed withdrawn with effect from 1st April 2021. All insurers are permitted to file their own add-ons for these respective policies. However, please note before 1st April 2021, only 5 add-ons are permitted to be filed by each insurer. And later on, within 6 months of the launch of product, that is from the 1st April to 6th month, which will be 30th September 2021, in the second tranche, up to 5 number of add-ons may be filed. And if any insurer wants to file more than 10 number of add-ons, they can file after 30th September 2021. Now we will see the different aspect of Bharat Griha Raksha policy like coverages, exclusions and special features in the next slides. We all are aware that dwellings were covered under erstwhile standard fire and special peril policies for annual as well as long-term durations. Same is the case with the Bharat Griha Raksha. However, the duration of the policy has been modified. Now, this policy for dwelling shall not be for more than 10 years. However, it can be for 2 years also, 1 year also, 3 year also, and up to 10 years. Please note, in earlier standard fire and special peril policies for dwellings, policies can be issued for 1 year for annual policies, and for long-term policies, it was for 3 years and above. However, For Griha Raksha, we can issue the policies up to 2 years also and up to 3 years also. The basic cover is for home building and or home contents for any property located in India. For built-in covers, there are three types of covers where are available. First is loss of rent and rent for alternative accommodation in case of insured perils. Second is removal of debris. And third is payment of architects, surveyors and consulting engineers fees. There are optional covers available under this product, that is for cover for valuable contents on agreed value basis under home content cover, and second is personal accident cover for insured and spouse due to insured perils. Now we will look at what can be covered under home buildings. Building consisting of a residential unit having an enclosed structure and a roof. It may include basement and fixtures and fitting permanently attached to the floor, walls or roof, like fixed sanitary fittings, electrical wiring and other permanent fittings, etc. We can add additional structures which are at the same location and within the premises and used as part of the home building. For example, this may include garages, domestic outhouses used for residence, parking spaces or area. It may include compound walls, fences, gates, retaining walls and internal doors also. Along with that, veranda or porch and the like can also be covered. Septic tanks, biogas plants, fixed water storage units or tanks can also be covered. Solar panels, wind turbines and air conditioning system, central heating system and the like, if not included in home content covers, can also be covered here in the home building part. After home building, there comes home contents. Home contents refer to articles or things in the home which are not permanently attached or fixed to the structure. It may be general contents also and valuable contents also. So we'll see how it can be treated under this policy. General contents are defined are the contents of household use in the home like furniture, electronic items and goods, antennas, solar panels, water storage equipment, kitchen equipment, electric equipment, clothing, apparel, and items of similar nature. Valuable contents includes such as jewelry, silverware, paintings, work of art, antique items, curios, and items of similar nature. That means of high value. Please note some contents, even if they are valuable or of general in nature, are not covered. For example, bullion or unset precious stones, manuscripts, vehicles, and explosive substances are not covered. One thing to note regarding the location and use of content is that you can choose this cover for contents that are located in your home and are for personal use. So all these contents can be insured under this home content cover. Now one question is coming to our mind is who can purchase this cover? The answer is where the insurable interest lies. So customer can purchase the home building cover if they own or are a tenant of home buildings and are liable for insurance. That means if the customer own the structure, they can take the cover for building. If they have content owned by them or in their custody, they can take for the home content. If customer are occupying his her home as purchaser under an agreement of sale, then also they can take the policy. If they are the authorized occupier, then also they can take the cover. If structure is occupied by a tenant, a licensee, or employees of the customer, then also customer can take the cover for the building. If customer are a tenant under an agreement in writing and are liable for insurance, then those customer can take the cover for buildings. However, please note, if commercial activity carried out by the employing other persons, then this policy cannot be taken for that part of the building or contents. For them, they have to take other commercial policies available in the market. Now we'll see some cases like you have let out your house under a registered lease to your tenant. Then you can purchase home building cover as its owner, and your tenant can purchase the home content cover. The reason being you are not the owner of the contents, so only tenant can take the policy for content. Take another example. You own a two-story house. You and your family reside in the building and run a grocery shop in two rooms of the ground floor and personally attend to the grocery business. Then you can purchase this policy for full property. It is very important to note here the purpose is commercial. However, it is owned by you and operated by you in the same compound, the same building, so it can be covered. Third point is you own and reside in a three-story house. You are a partner in a firm that runs an electronic shop on the ground floor. Five employees attend the shop. You can purchase this policy only for the two floors of the building where you reside, but you cannot purchase this policy for the shop on the ground floor because, as per the earlier mentioned details, you are employing five persons to attend the commercial activity in the ground floor. Now we will see the basis of sum insured. Home building and home contents shall be insured on replacement or reinstatement basis as applicable. Please note there are two mandatory fields in proposal form. One is carpet area of the structure in square meters and second is rate of cost of construction of the property. These two fields make the basis of sum insured in the policy. If you multiply the carpet area of structure in square meter by the rate of cost of construction, then it will give you the sum insured. However, please note the rate of cost of construction to be taken at the policy commencement date for same type of construction. Then optional cover for valuable contents can be covered on agreed value basis and it will be taken on declaration basis and subject to submission of a valuation certificate. But in few cases, the requirement for submission of valuation certificates shall be waived if the sum insured opted is up to rupee 5 lakh in total for valuable contents and individual items does not exceed rupee 1 lakh in value. The sum insured for optional cover for personal accident, which covers only death, is rupees for 5 lakhs per person. However, it is available only for the insured and the spouse. Now we will look at some of the important characteristics of this policy regarding sum insured. For annual policy, the sum insured shall be automatically increased each day by an amount representing 1 by 365th of 10% of sum insured at the policy commencement date. Second, for long-term policies, sum insured for building shall auto-escalate at 10% per annum. Please note the auto-escalation shall always be applicable on the base sum insured on a straight line method for a maximum of 100% of sum insured without additional premium. It means that if policy is insured at rupee 10 lakh at the commencement of the policy, so by next policy anniversary, this value will escalate to 11 lakhs. In the second policy anniversary, 12 lakhs, third 13 lakhs, and so on, with the maximum being 20 lakh without additional premium. One important point to note that the sum insured for reinstatement and replacement value as applicable can be higher than the defined cost of construction at the policy commencement multiplied by carpet area, but not lower. Now we'll go to the sum insured for general home content. Please note it will be automatically taken as 20% of the sum insured of home building, subject to a maximum of 10 lakh if the home building is covered along with the general home content. However, if the value of the general home content is higher than rupees 10 lakh, then insured has to declare those along with giving details. Second important point is if home building cover is not taken and only home content cover is opted, then the sum insured for general content have to be declared separately. We know that valuable contents like jewelry and other items can be covered and valuation certificate to be provided. However, up to sum insured of rupees 5 lakhs and where the individual items does not exceed the value of rupee 1 lakh, this requirement of submission of valuation certificate is waived off. Please note the 5% of claim amount for fees of architect, surveyor and consulting engineer will be paid. For this, no sum insured is required. Also, 2% of claim amount for removal of debris will also be paid. For that also, there is no requirement of separate sum insured. However, for loss of rent and rent of alternative accommodation, separate limits to be declared. Now we will look at different details to be provided in the policy schedule. Insurer shall design a policy schedule which should include these minimum aspects. First is details of proposer, risk details, details of policy period, details of basic covers opted for home building or home contents or both, details of inbuilt covers, details of optional covers, details of innovative add-ons, details of sum insured and details of premium paid. Please note there are 12 clauses, that means 12 sections in the standard policies. This is very important to know there are different clauses which may be asked during the promotional exams. So we need to remember that which clause covers what. So clause A covers the policy and the insurance contract. Clause B has insured events. Clause C home building cover. Clause D home contents cover details. Clause E additional covers detail. Clause F has exclusions mentioned. Clause G has conditions. Clause H changes to covers. Clause I waiver of underinsurance. Clause J other details. Clause K grievances and clause L this is regard information about insurer. So there are 12 clauses in total in standard policy. Now we will look at what are the perils covered under this policy. Please note that it has listed perils, so it will be called named peril policy. And there are 14 numbers of listed combination of perils which are covered under this policy. First is fire, then explosion or implosion, lightning, earthquake, volcanic eruption and other convulsions of nature, then storm, cyclone, typhoon, and related perils, which includes floods and inundation. Please note tsunami is also mentioned here as a covered peril. Then subsidence of the land on which home building stands, landslides, rock slide, then bushfire, forest fire, jungle fire. Please note in earlier standard fire and special peril policies, forest fire was as an add-on, but here it is a part of base cover. Then impact damage of any kind, missile testing operations, right strikes, malicious damages, terrorism cover, bursting and overflowing of water tanks and pipes, leakage from automatic sprinkler installations, and this one of the addition which is there in the base cover is the theft within 7 days from the occurrence of and approximately caused by any of the above insured peril events. So that means if after happening of any of the perils due to which insured is unable to protect his property and some third party is taking the items from the home, whether it's content of the part of the building, then same will be covered if it happened within 7 days of the occurrence of that peril. Now we will look at some of the exclusions. First are general exclusions that we know these are very common. First is deliberate and willful or intentional act or omission type of things. Second is war, invasion, or warlike operations. It includes civil war, civil commotion, militarizing rebellion, etc. Then ionizing radiation or contamination by radioactivity from any nuclear fuel or from any other nuclear waste. Then pollution or contamination unless the pollution or contamination itself has resulted from an insured event or an insured event itself results from pollution or contamination. The loss and damage or destruction of any electrical, electronic machine, apparatus, fixture by overrunning, excessive pressure, short circuiting, etc. etc. These are types of machinery breakdown losses. Loss or damage to bullion or unset precious stones, manuscripts, plants, drawings, securities, etc. Then loss of any insured property which is missing or has been mislaid or its disappearance cannot be linked to any single identifiable event. The loss or damage to any insured property removed from the home to any other place. It may be for repair or any other things. That part of time that content will not be covered. Loss of earning, loss by delay, loss of market or other consequential or indirect losses are also not covered. Please note any reduction in market value of any insured property after its repair or reinstatement are also not covered. Any addition, extension, alteration of any structure that increases its carpet area by more than 10% of carpet area existing at the commencement date or later renewal of this policy, unless additional premium has been paid and some addition, extension, alteration is added by endorsement. So if you are increasing the carpet area by more than 10% and premium is not paid for that addition, then that also will not be covered. Then costs, fees or expenses for preparing any claims are also excluded. Earlier we have seen the general exclusions. However, please note we have covered some perils, out of which also in some cases the property will not be covered. So we'll look at what are those cases. First is if the fire caused by burning of insured property by order of any public authority. Second is subsidence, landslides and rock slide. If it is caused by normal cracking, settlement or bedding down of new structures, or the settlement or movement of made-up ground, or coastal or river erosion, or defective design or workmanship, or use of defective materials, or demolition, construction, structural alteration or repair of any property or groundswork or excavations. Then impact damage caused by pressure waves, which are caused by aircraft or other aerial or space devices traveling at sonic or supersonic speeds, are also not covered. Right strike and malicious damage caused by temporary or permanent dispositions, confiscations, or destruction by order of government or any lawful authorities are also not covered. Temporary or permanent disposition by unlawful occupation by any person also not covered. The exclusion for terrorism cover is will be as per terrorism clause, standard terrorism clause. Leakage from automatic sprinkler installation caused by repairs or alteration in home or building in which home is located is also not covered. Now repair and removal or extension of a sprinkler installation also not covered. Defects in the construction known to insured is not covered. However, if it is unknown to insured, then it is covered. Now we know that there is cover for theft within 7 days due to insured perils. However, if any article or thing is outside the home and theft happened that time, then it is not covered. Any article or thing attached from the outside of the outer wall or the roof of home until it is securely mounted is also not covered. Now we will look at some of the features regarding premium. First thing is insurer has to mention the minimum premium for Bharat Griha Raksha in the prospectus. Wherever the short period scales of rate are laid down, it shall be stated clearly in the prospectus. Similarly, the scales of refund payable to insured when the insured requests for cancellation of policy shall be mentioned in the policy wordings against the relevant clause provided for. Then premium for add-ons should not exceed 50% of base premium for Bharat Griha Raksha. So we have to mention that if all add-ons are there, then the total sum of the premiums of those add-ons should not exceed 50% of the base premium. When insurer pay insured the full sum insured for any cover or any item covered, the policy ends to that extent. Except this, the insurance cover will be maintained up to the full sum insured throughout the policy period. Then, in event of loss, insured need to pay only the proportionate additional premium. This will ensure that the home building and its content remain insured throughout. Please note there is no under insurance applicable under Bharat Griha Raksha policy. However, there are different characteristics of this policy which are relevant to the under insurance aspect, which we'll see later in this slides. The rate of cost of construction is the which is to be mentioned in the policy is the prevailing rate of cost of construction of home building at the policy commencement date and should be accepted by the insurer. Please note if the actual carpet area is less than the carpet area declared, claim amount will be calculated on the basis of actual carpet area. Now we will look at some of the claims procedure mentioned in the standard policies and the notification. First is immediate notice to insurer. During the time of notice, insured has to provide the following: the policy number, name, details of report to the police, details of report to any authority, details of insured event, brief statement of the loss, particular of any other insurer available for the same property, details of loss or damage under optional cover or add-ons, and submit photographs of the loss or physical damage wherever possible. Then steps to prevent loss and damage by insured: immediate notice to authorities like fire brigade, police. Then submission of claim. Please note, insured has to submit claim form at the earliest opportunity, but within 30 days from the date of first notice of the loss or damage. One important point to note is onus of proving the claim is on insured in terms of occurrence and quantum both. There are limitations clause under this policy. One is insurer shall not be liable for any loss or damage after the expiring of 12 months from the happening of the loss or damage, unless the claim is the subject of pending action or arbitration. If insurer disclaim liability for a claim insured has made, and if the claim is not made a subject matter of a suit in a court of law within a period of 12 months from the date of disclaimer, the claim shall not be recoverable. Now we will look at the situations where other insurance are available for the same property. If insured has any other policy with insurer or any other insurance company covering in whole or in part any claim that insured have made under this policy, insured have a right to ask for settlement of claim under any of these policies. So it is to be noted that insurer does not have the right to discourage any insured from making a claim. Insured has the right to make claim from any of the insurer. However, if insured choose to claim under this policy from insurer, insurer will settle the claim within the limits and the terms and conditions of the policy. But after payment of amount under the claim, insurer have the right to ask for contribution from the insurer that have given insured the other policies. So contribution clause is applicable here. We know that impact damage is covered and there are other perils which may be due to the third party. So the right to recovery is also applicable. Insurer can start recovery process to third party without seeking the consent of insured in insured's name and whether or not the loss has been fully compensated till date. Any amount insurer recover from such person will be applied first to the cost of legal proceedings and recovery, then to the claim amount insurer have paid or must pay to insured, and the balance will be paid out to the insured. Now we will look at renewal clause. Please note, renewal is not automatic. Insurer may seek relevant information from insured for the purpose of renewal. Insurer can reject renewal only on grounds of misrepresentation, non-disclosure of material facts, fraud, or non-cooperation. We shall look at the cancellation terms and conditions. There will be two options: cancellations by insured or cancellation by insurer. If the cancellation by insured is there, each insurer has to provide their own cancellation credit. IDA has not provided any standardized cancellation credit for cancellation by insured. Now we will look at cancellation by insurer. Insurer will not cancel the policy during the policy period except on the grounds of misrepresentation, non-disclosure of material facts, fraud, or non-cooperation of the insured. There is second point: in case of total loss of home building in a long-term policy where insured has decided not to reinstate home building in favor of a cash settlement of claim, insurer will cancel the policy for the remaining duration of the policy period. In such a case, insurer shall refund the proportionate premium for the unexpired policy years after grossing up the premium paid by insured towards long-term discount. So, if any claim comes in long-term policy, premium will be refunded if a property is not reinstated and cash settlement is opted by the insured. There are certain incidents where policy will be auto-terminated. We will look at one by one what are these. First is destruction of your home building due to any of the events other than insured perils. Then exhaustion of sum insured, change of use of home building or home contents. For example, for commercial purpose or home content is not used for the personal thing but for the commercial purpose. Sale of home building or home content. Now we will also look at what will be the effect of death of insured person. In the event of the unfortunate death of insured during the policy period, the home building cover and the home contents cover that was purchased will continue for the benefit of the legal representative or representatives during the policy period, subject to the all terms and conditions of the policy. So no need to pay any premium. IRDAI also asks insurer to provide the avenues for grievances in the policy. So first they have to provide the grievance redressal officer's details. Second, the consumer affairs department. They also need to mention the further recourse, that is the insurance ombudsman and the consumer protection forum or the court. Now we will look at other important features which may come in the promotion exam. One is insured can choose to make changes to the covers of this policy as may be permitted by the insurer, or they may increase or reduce any sum insured or limit opted by them. So alterations are allowed with the permission of insurer. Nomination for this policy. Nomination can be done in the policy so that in event of death of insured person, the claim will go to the nominated person. Arbitration. The Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996 will be applicable for this type of policies. We know that the special clause agreed bank clause is added, so these are also applicable for this policy. Now we will look at few cases which depicts the important characteristics of this policy and which may come in promotional exam. One of such cases, the area of home building is 100 square meter. Insured declare and insurer accept that. The cost of construction of home building is 20,000 per square meter. So the home building will be insured for 20,000 into 100 square meter, that means 20 lakh rupee. Now the home building is damaged by earthquake and it is total loss. Surveyor assess the reconstruction cost of property at rupees 16 lakh, calculated at 16,000 per square meter. However, please note, as rate of construction of property has been accepted by the insurer at the 20,000 per square meter, so claim will be paid for 20 lakh, not for the 16 lakh. Now we'll take the second case. Here the area of home building is 100 square meter and rate of cost of construction is rupee 15,000 per square meter. But by mistake, insured has declared the area of 120 square meter in place of 100 square meter and cost of construction is same. So they have insured for rupee 18 lakh in place of rupee 15 lakh. Now your home building is totally damaged by earthquake. So claim will be paid for 15 lakh rupees, which is the cost of construction into actual area of the property, which is 100 square meter into rupee 15,000 per square meter, which will comes to 15 lakh. We shall take the third case. The area of home building is 100 square meter. The rate of cost of construction for that town is rupee 15,000 per square meter. Now by mistake insured has declared an area of 90 square meter in place of 100 square meter. Now home building is insured for 13 lakh 50,000 in place of 15 lakh. Now the loss has occurred which demands the repair costing rupee 5 lakh. So in those partial cases, there will not be any under insurance and total of rupee 5 lakh which will be cost of repair will be paid out because it is less than the sum insured. Now take the fourth case. The carpet area of your home building is 100 square meter. The rate of cost of construction of your home building is rupees 20,000 per square meter. You have opted for both home building and home contents cover, but have not specifically mentioned anything about sum insured for content in your proposal. Contents in your home are worth 8 lakhs. The contents of your home are damaged in a fire and loss is 2 lakhs. Now, as we know that 20% of the home building sum insured up to maximum of 10 lakh will be covered automatically under this policy. So 20% of sum insured of home building will be 4 lakh rupee. So 4 lakh rupee will be the sum insured for home content. As the loss happened due to fire is rupees 2 lakh, so 2 lakh in total will be paid to the insured. Now we will look at the fifth case. For example, the home catches fire. All its doors are opened for fighting the fire. A person takes advantage of the situation and carries away the TV set. Since the theft follows a fire and happened on the day of the fire, that is within 7 days of occurrence of the fire, the insurer will pay for the loss up to the limit of the applicable sum insured. If I specifically declare the sum insured for the TV set, you will get that amount. If you have not declared, then the replacement of same type of the TV set will be paid out to the insured. Now it comes the sixth case. During raids, a writer breaks a window of your home and takes away articles of value rupees 15,000. It costs 20,000 to repair the window. Here the loss is due to the theft, which arose during raids and therefore occurred within 7 days of occurrence of the event, which is an insured event. It, it arose at a time when insured were not in a position to protect the home and article due to the riots happening. In this case, insurer will pay rupees 15,000 for the loss of content and 20,000 for the repair of the window. In this slide, we see two cases, both related to the reinstatement premium. First is if the TV set insured for rupee 15,000 is destroyed in fire or stolen within 7 days of the fire, and insurer pay the claim of rupee 15,000. Second, if the TV set is repaired and insurer pay the repair charge of rupees 5,000 only. So what shall be the status of the policy? In the first case, where total loss for the TV set is paid out to insured, the new TV set purchased will not be covered until and unless the proportionate premium for that TV set is paid as a reinstatement premium. In the second case, as the rupee 5,000 is only paid for the repair and sum insured was for rupee 15,000, so the balance of 10,000 will be the balance sum insured for the TV set. However, if insured pay the premium corresponding to rupee 5,000, then the sum insured will be reinstated to 15,000 again. Now comes to the case number 8. Here two important part is mentioned which is regarding the claim payment. The first situation is claim may not be paid if the home building is used as a holiday home or for lodging and boarding or any commercial activities. Second, home building or any part of home building used for purposes other than the residential, except where it is used both for residence and for the purpose of earning livelihood if customers are self-employed or have shifted office to home building or a temporary period due to lockdown or closure of office ordered by a public authority. So in case of pandemic, if office has closed and you have shifted temporarily at your home, then that also will be covered, subject to restriction of the sum insured. That is all from my side. I try to cover all the topics relevant for dwellings, and I feel there is no need to go to notification again after reading these slides as I try to cover each and every topics. So thank you very much for your patient hearing. But please don't forget to like and subscribe GI Digest. Thank you very much.